Today, I'm sealing some gaps on my ductwork. Uh, what the thing is like there's something called duct boot, which is usually a piece of like sheet metal rolled into a rectangle that connects to a circular flex duct or rigid duct. So I did all the ducting. I know exactly what's up there, but one thing I forgot is like I never bothered to seal from this side, from like the interior side. So I'll show you in a second here. What's happening is that there's a duct boot sticking through the drywall, but what stops air coming between the drywall and the boot? So what I'm going to do first, take down this register, and then I'm going to put some tape around the edge and then put the register back up. So what I'm using for this project, I just got a 1/4 inch socket. I'm using a ratchet. You could use an impact driver, it'll be a little faster. You just got to be careful to not over tighten things because you don't want to bend the register or whatever. That's what we take the register off with. I have some scissors and some HVAC foil tape. Some of you might have better luck depending on your situation with something like just any old caulking or maybe even spray foam if you had really big gaps. But for me, I kind of have a mixed amount of gaps. And so some of them might be too big for caulking. They're certainly too small for spray foam. Plus, tape is easy to remove if I need to. Like foil tape is pretty heavy duty, right? But and I don't use foil tape for like the ducts themselves, but it is rated for those temperatures and whatnot. So I'm just use foil tape, and the scissors just help give me nice lines. And of course, wear some safety equipment if you need to. Like I'm wearing glasses because I'm working overhead. And the problem with working overhead is like little crap gets in your eyes. In this case, it's probably not going to be dangerous, but I still don't like it. I'm not wearing gloves today. It's something you might consider depending on the state of your ducts. If you don't know, I would wear some gloves because you are working with metal. The state of things. One is I just took the register down. You can see some debris here. That looks an awful lot like debris that's coming from the hole above. Let me show you that. So I just took out these 2 screws. Yours might be slightly different, but it's very easy. They're not like it's not like high tension or anything like that. That's really hard. So look there, you can see the boot has some gaps. You see where there's some blocking, where they screwed it into blocking. Some spray foam you can see in the corner. I added that from above. But look, do you see how there's some blocking and then drywall there? Air can seep in through there. And see there's little corners where like the spray foam can't get from above. So imagine just putting some tape around these edges to seal that off. That's all I'm doing. What I've done here is I measured the short side and made a nice cut and then just put the foil tape up here. You really gotta seal this stuff down as best I could. This is obviously not perfect, but it's certainly better than gaping holes in corners like that. The next step, I'm gonna measure this side and then put up that long piece. And then once after that, we're just gonna put up the register and then we're done. When doing the tape is that the register often leaves a little mark, it's that little line. Or over here, there's an even more distinct line. You can use that to guide where you're putting the tape up. You will have more than enough tape. So the thing is, you definitely don't want the tape sticking outside that line because then it'll be visible when you put the register back up in the same place. So think of these marks kind of in the paint as like guidelines for where you're going to put the register back. And then use that to make sure your tape or whatever other substance you're using does not exceed those lines. For those of you who might be using foil tape like me, one pro tip is when you unroll it and cut it, it's going to start twisting. So before you take the backing off, I give it a little bit of a crease, roughly where I want the crease anyway, and then pull the backing off. Otherwise, it's just going to start curling on you. All right, so here's the final result. You can see it's all wrapped up. Again, this is not going to be perfect. It obviously offers like no thermal insulation, but I'm more concerned about sealing against air leakage. So however you can stop any air from leaking between the boot and the drywall is good. I hope for most of you who have newer houses, the cutouts are a little better and you can just use caulking or something like that. But for me, I use the tape. And so all that's left is I'm just going to put the register back up exactly as I took it back down, but in reverse order. So yeah, like and subscribe, leave a comment. Thanks for watching.